Hello, my name's DrWeez. I'm an extreme overclocker from South Africa. So this is my sort of video log for the events coming up. The last month, since Computex in fact, has been exceptionally hectic for me. I've had all sorts of work-related trips to the DRC and into Kenya and a couple other places, but that's not really an excuse. It's also been a bit of a hectic month trying to get the hardware together for the up-and-coming ProOC season. So starting today is round stage 3 of round 2. So made up of 5 benchmarks in total, and starting from today we're looking at stage 1, which is the Cinebench R11.5. Our restrictions for this round is going to be based on the Broadwell-E chipset that's just been released by Intel at Computex. So it's the X99 refresh motherboards that we'll be using, as well as any of the Broadwell-E chips. So Intel South Africa has come on board and is helping me out with a couple of the SKUs to use during the season. And we're going to be kicking it off probably tomorrow night, on Tuesday night, with some live streams. I've got 2 chips from Intel, namely the 6800K. I want to do some basic tests on that to see what your advantages are going to be. And then I've got the 6950X, and I think that's going to be the main SKU that I'll be using throughout this whole season. It's a 10-core chip from Intel, and it's got 25 megs of cache, so it really should give us quite a nice advantage. But stay tuned. I will definitely be doing some comparison tests between all the different SKUs on the Broadwell-E. Coming up at stage 2, following that would be the Geekbench 3 multi-core benchmark. Again, we restricted to using the Broadwell-E and X99 chipset. Again, I'll be using the 6950 more than likely, and that would be stage 2. Stage 3 brings you W'32M. Now here, I think definitely the 10-core processor is going to have an advantage over any of the 8 or 6-core chips from this family. But maybe megahertz would trump number of cores. I don't think so, because W' definitely wants more cores. But anyway, I'm just blabbering now. So onto stage 4 thereafter, we start hitting a little bit of 3D action. So stage 4 and 5 is both on 3D benchmarks, and the 4th stage would be the Vantage, single VGA card, and then following that is 5-Strike Extreme. Now I don't think there are any VGA limitations of 5-Strike Extreme, which means we could start to see multi-card configurations. No, sorry, I've eaten my words. There is a 1 GPU limitation, which is a bit frustrating, because I think the 1080s might actually just head out against us guys that are still stuck with the sort of 980s. But anyway, that's the exciting part coming up in the ProOC. Once again, I need to say thank you to my supporters. HyperX is supplying all the memory that we'll be using for this season again. They've got a very interesting new B die, which is actually based off the AFR, or not. It's the M die, which is also based off the old A die memory. I haven't had a lot of time to play with it and test it yet, and I will be focusing on that this season. Again, Cooler Master is supplying me with all my all-in-one water coolers, so I need to just say thank you to Cooler Master for the continued support. And then something new for this season is the power is going to be delivered by the Cooler Master Elite power supply. It's a 1500 RAX. This one is a special one that was supplied to a lot of the elite overclockers, and what it has is it's got an unlocked overclock protection in the power supply. So 1500 plus power is what it can deliver, and that's what I'll be using for my main powerhouse for this season. Moving on from the ProOC, running in parallel is the MSI Godlike OC Season 2 has also officially kicked off. Last year when this competition ran, myself and Lucky Noob fought it out for the #1 spot, and I think in the 2D battle I took #1, and in the 3D battle Lucky Noob took #1. So it's going to be hopefully another Clash of the Titans this year. I think Lucky Noob and myself will be taking part. It consists of 3 stages, and the first stage is the XTU 5 GHz. That has got a limitation on the CPU speed, and it also is divided by core. So that's an interesting rule, because the Broadwell-E might not actually take it here. You might find that, like the Skylake with a high megahertz divided by core, or maybe even a dual core processor, will be the one that scores the highest here. So really it's going to take a lot of pre-testing, and that I'll be bringing to you every alternate stream would be the Godlike competition. I plan on using both my X99 configuration and my Z170 configuration for this competition. Stage 2, which only starts at later than stage 1, is the very interesting one, SuperPower 32M 5G. So this is where the guys that have really been spending a lot of time binning their B-die memory is really going to have an advantage over the rest of us. So it's going to be a very tough stage. There again, limited to 5 gigahertz on the processor. It's really not about how fast you can make your system runs, but how you can tweak that memory and how you can tweak your operating system to get the best score. And then the third and final stage for this competition is your Geekbench 3 multi-core no limit. So here we go, all out is going to take this one. So if you've got your 10-core Broadwell E, this might very well give you like a nudge in the right direction. Limitation is you must use MSI motherboard, and you have to be in the top 3 league structures. So your rookies, unfortunately, this competition is not for you. If you do want to take part in something similar, there is the MSI Godlike OC Season 2 for ambient. So if you're a rookie on the top 3, the bottom 3 leagues, there is a competition that's specifically catered for you guys. So just do check that out, and if you need any help, just drop me a line and I'll try and help you where I can, and even do it for you live on the stream. I'm very much open to doing that type of stuff. So the other exciting thing is we have got a new layout on the stream. So what you should be seeing coming from tomorrow night on the 2nd is the new layout. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you a couple of exciting things that you will be seeing, and if we transition that across, right, we've got the system telemetry now on the screen in real time. There's no more having a camera facing onto the multimeter. There's no more guesswork. It is now at the bottom of the screen right here. Okay, there you can see the CPU temperature and the ambient temperature. Right, so that will also be dynamic. If I'm doing VGA card and CPU, then I'll have it obviously set to VGA, not to ambient. So that is a nice little device that is currently configured underneath here. It's called the OC Shield. It's developed by eSpeak Studios, and it brings you some really nice information on the screen in real time. The other thing you'll notice now is I've got the actual the HUD, so the hardware scroller, the sponsor scroller. The chat is now on the screen, so when you're watching the replays and somebody's asking a question on the chat, it is now displayed there. You're not going to think that I'm a little bit loony and talking to myself. On the right hand side over here, my right hand side, your left, on the left hand side, you can see the different views, activities, and then obviously that lab is the on-screen display. And yeah, I think it's really going to work a lot better. So if we have a look, there's with the bench table, and then right, we'll have the benching screen there displayed quite nicely as well. So there's no guesswork. You'll be able to see what's going on the screen. So the main screen that you're having a look at now is sort of going to be the default view. And I think the layout's going to work much better. The system telemetry is really going to give you a much better grasp of what is happening on my side. And we've got some exciting new products coming to the lab in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, that we'll be doing a lot of product demos and everything else on. So really, so that's really quite exciting. I'm quite excited to be bringing all of that. Other than that, you know, I must say it's been quite a hectic start to the year. We're officially now on the way down towards Christmas. We're on our race now to the HW World Tour Finals in Berlin. So it's a couple of months away. The prep work will be starting as soon as this ProOC season is over. And I think on that note, that just about wraps it up and what's coming to you over the next couple of weeks. There will be back-to-back streams this week, next week, and the week after. Thereafter, I'm away for another week on a business trip to the Democratic Republic of Congo. And then thereafter, we're back to normal screening. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to all my channels everywhere here, wherever it is. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Yeah, we're going to be having some giveaways hopefully this season as well. Just busy tying up a few details, and that information will be coming to everybody via the newsletter, so don't forget to subscribe to that. I'd like to one last time say thank you very much to HyperX, to Intel, to Corsair, to Kingston, and to Cooler Master for all the great support. Without them, you know, we wouldn't be able to bring half this content to you. And one last word, ASUS HQ up in Taiwan, thank you very much for the Edition 10 Rampage. There'll be lots of content coming your way on that as well. So all in all, I think that's with the night. Until next time, happy benching.